Hello, dear friends. This is Stan Becker from Stan Becker Songs YouTube and Venice Community Housing YouTube. We have a cumulative 1 million views on those two channels. I'm a 74-year-old non-criminal reporting from Senior Citizen Reports from Hunter Biden Open Border Hardest Left NGO DEI Venice, California. Newsom, Maxine Waters, Karen Bass, Tokyo, Paris, Ghana, Cuba. TRACI Park, our councilwoman, replacing Meth Mike Bonin, also from Loyola Marymount. Quid pro quo, homeless industrial complex, vicious crimes. Now we see that other press sources, I'm just a citizen. Cal Matters and others have been doing this research about Valecia Adams Kellum and Los Angeles Housing Authority. Valecia Adams Kellum personally evicted me. She and BLM LA Becky Dennison, non-profit, tax-exempt lease partner service provider hustle. So all you bleeding hearts, I was a Democrat longer than you've been alive, and probably longer than you and everybody and your parents have been alive before I switched. Because that money doesn't get to whom you voted for it to go to. It's not merit-based at all. It's the opposite of merit-based. It's a high turnover, manipulative stuff. NGO is hip to it. But I've been on this for 7 years. They found a few million now. Her husband's Upward Bound, Santa Monica Coalition, Westside Coalition, we've been telling you, Venice Community Housing Corporation, Becky Dennison, BLM LA, Hollywood Community Housing, lots of other buildings. There's people around this van, even though it's raining. Just had my 6th homeless Hanukkah and Christmas into the new year. And the Palisades fire. Evan Spiegel, the billionaires, not just the hundreds of millionaires after me and spending out and making my life miserable through layers of stooges. One of whom is Councilwoman TRACI Park, who needs to be indicted and stopped. There's no need for her to endorse Adam Schiff and fly to Washington on our money to take a picture of her creaming under Hillary Clinton's portrait. She came here to get a rainbow tie picture with herself and Ed Buck, social justice warrior like Nico Ruderman, racist, torture murderer, Crack House Jack V. Hoffman, Market Street, Evan Spiegel, John Spiegel, Snapchat family. That's what did the criminal hypergentrification in a quick snap. Their dynamic change, new renaissance, covered in all of the real estate blogs and bought out newspapers that they own. Talk about fake news, talk about manipulation, talk about lawfare when you got a POS piece of, actually a whole load of it, called Bobby Tillman, Superior Court Judge, Santa Monica Superior Court. Why did Gary Stewart, Rhino Records, Liberty Hill Foundation, Apple iTunes jump to his death during my retaliatory eviction without an attorney? Isn't that an interesting thing to unpack? Rolling Stone magazine, many stars. Mayor Garcetti himself did an honorarium. I saw Eric at the Skirball tribute. Evan Spiegel had a Skirball tribute for himself. He gave Valecia Adams Kellum, HUD fraud criminal, $250,000 paid tribute. So did the Bank of America with the machine gun shootings. It's the Surfside Cocaine Cartel laundromat, Memory Hole, Venice. Wanted this to be short. I didn't want to make it at all. Going down hard and fast at this point because homelessness kills. The ostracization, the gaslighting, the gang stalking, the purposeful ruination, the blacklisting, the elimination of all your accomplishments. It's not just a word, gaslighting, it's organized chaos through layers of stooges. That's what felon Carl Lambert does. That's why DWP spent millions of dollars right here in Venice when they should have been repairing that torn cover on the reservoir that was reported 1 full year before those fires. And Tracy Park had a million pancake photo ops. She's law and order, but she hangs out with the most vicious BLM LA, Becky Dennison, and now Valecia Adams-Kellum. This fraud, this Los Angeles housing fraud, Karen Bass couldn't be dirtier. They couldn't be more brutal and vicious. I've personally interviewed Marion Ensley from her senior staff and many others, and I've been punished and had to pay a bloody freaking wacko, psychosexually violent whack price for every accomplishment. I don't get a chance to show you my better nature, because my mission is your heart, and I will see you there. Stan Becker Songs, YouTube. Yeah, it's going to be the 3rd anniversary of my last haircut. I want a suit and a shower and a nice haircut. And some studio time and some food. Not even asking for a Tesla home or something like that. Well, maybe yes, I am. Can you get me the hell out of here? In exchange for the 1 million views on 2 channels, starting in 2017, they bitch slapped and shot at and put President Trump in the prison of court when he should have been campaigning. What did they do to somebody who they've made purposefully homeless so that I can be part of the hated? And no one hates them more than me because they suck. The funds, the voiceless, the drug addicts, those saying that they're disabled but are of working age, the illegal aliens, Tracy Park, Trojan horse. These people talk law and order. They're the biggest criminals and cowards and censors. Even now, some lyrics, my heart is wanting to share my music, my arrangements, my compositions. They don't know what it's like to have to practice keys and strings and a harmonica and singing and work out, even if you're young. That's a full-time job plus all of this bullshit. So they got me sick and they got me weak. I finally passed out in the street. There's no Venice Family Clinic. Tracy Park is hundreds of photo ops with happy party people detached away from it, the willfully ignorant, low information voters. Where's the Venice Family Clinic here? The radio was saying the air is polluted even because of the smoke and the high winds on top of the smoke. I finally passed out unconscious in the street with bleeding head, Got taken out of town to a DEI hospital that advertises that they butcher children and commercials of the children that they butcher. Because as Soledad Ursua, Venice Neighborhood Council, Gloria Romero's birth control experiment gone extremely demonic awry. Fox News now, California Globe, because everyone uses the Venice Neighborhood Council as a launching pad for their unaccomplished lives and say any kind of bullshit. But, she's managing mutual funds and millions and millions and millions, and a young chick with a 5-bedroom house and Snapchat deal. Got all these vacuous, dumbed down, willfully ignorant, detached, arrogant idiots, while Crackhouse Jack V. Hoffman hides and felon Carl Lambert hides and puts their little Argonaut, Yo Venice, Free Venice Beach had. All these white real estate racists who are anti-Trump are the worst poverty pimp criminals, and it's all coming out. And they're real victims, and I'm going to show you several. And I carry their voices, and I carry the trauma. There's no way I'm not feral to a certain extent at this point. You know, I guess the talk is they want you to believe that I'm crazy and I'm asking crazy questions. Well, let me tell you, I'm about to get crazier than you can fucking imagine. Because there's going to be justice. It's above my pay grade exactly how it's administered. But I got ears. And I got a desire, a really deep desire for a certain scenario to develop. And be seen through. I'm looking forward to that.